people deem to be more important. That your ideas are rubbish or they've been done before. You've got an idea, I don't know. I often use zombies as a bit of an example here. You want to write a zombie book, but zombies have been done. You kind of feel, well, what is the new thing that I've got to bring to this? We'll go through that. I've been told that my first chapter's no good. Sharing too soon or talking about your ideas too soon, that can be a big killer. I often find if I've got one trusted friend that I go to who reads a lot of what I write and in the same genre, and she tends to be my go-to, and I'll say to her, look, this is where I'm going with it, what do you think? But I don't tell anybody else, because the minute you start sharing that, the excitement goes away. And my bullet point about self-editing too soon, about deleting that first sentence or the first paragraph or the first page, and I've done it before. You write something, you're really proud of it, and then you go to bed, you get up the next day and you go, who wrote this? This is just, really? And you delete it because you think it's so rubbish. And it's very much on the genre that you're writing. Anybody a crime thriller? Sort of? Yeah. Kids books?
I'm more likely to go that direction.
Yeah? When I say kids books, are you talking picture books for children, or are you talking like
I'm
middle
looking
grade?
at two different things entirely. I'm doing the text and I have an illustrator.
That's fine, yeah, okay. So that kind of scene by scene is more for somebody that's got a thicker text to get through. I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't work for you, absolutely would work, but it's sometimes a more complicated story, especially when you're writing fantasy on a tangent. But I do make notes. I do write down what ideas it's given me, what kind of emotional response I had to it, why I think I enjoy it so much. I'm reading This Is Not a Test at the minute, and that's a zombie type. It's more along the lines of teenagers left to their own devices and what they do. And it's the survival kind of aspect that I'm interested in. And I'm loving it, but it is giving me ideas of new creatures and things I could possibly bring into this, and I'm saying, no. I've written 3 books, we already know which creatures are in this world. I can't just add a random one, even though it'd be fun. I can't do that for this series. I've got to kind of hold that back. But there is absolutely no issue with you writing it down and keeping it for a later book.
How long does it take to write one of these installments?
Anything from write some bullet points for what you think is going to happen next. In that moment in time, you're in the zone, you're in that space, you're in with the character, you're looking through their eyes, you're in that setting, you're in a really solid position right now to be able to think about what's going to happen next. It could just be something like, for example, with my book, it could just be Ash needs to get on the boat and something needs to happen on that boat. Okay, all of the things that you can think that might need to happen, or the next logical things, you would do 3 to 5 bullet points. And in those bullet points, you can also include things that you might want to remember. So at the end of the last chapter, Ash was wearing leather boots, he had a satchel, but he'd lost his glasses because they fell overboard, and you would put that in. Now, when you come to write the next chapter, you are already 3 to 5 steps ahead of where you would have been. You don't need to go back and reread the whole chapter, because that is something that will slow you down. What you need to do then is skim read, and that's where your beats come in. So beats are a summary. You'd write your first chapter and then open up a second document, and in that document you're going to summarise what happened in that first chapter. So here we go. Prologue, the year, what happens, and in orange I've got everything that's descriptive. It's great for marketing, you could put in, can you help me with the top 10 hashtags that I could put on this social media post to help me reach young adults who are interested in dragons and unicorns. Fine, make the best of it that way. I just would not let it touch your manuscript or your book cover.
So you've got a Curious Cat books. How did you do that?